Good morning, everybody. On Saturday at 7 o'clock, Joseph and I, we are on the way to see Les Brown live in UCLA. Who else going to see Les Brown live in UCLA today, Saturday? What day it is today? But today it's we don't know. You gotta be so busy you don't know what date it is. If you know what date it is, you are not busy enough. But Joseph and I, we're gonna see Les Brown live today. And as I'm driving in the car, see, this is what's going on behind the scenes, man. All these thousands videos that you see online, Joseph is testing it. At 7 o'clock in the morning, we are up and ready. And what's the purpose of your life, right? Because most people are like, hey, I get a question. Somebody actually asked me, don't you feel aren't you tired? Have you ever feel tired with what you do? If you feel tired with what you do, then my recommendation, my suggestion is that we gotta find out why you do what you do to begin with. Because if you do what you do, if you are in alignment with your life purpose, you never feel tired, man. Of course, physically I feel a little bit tired once in a while, but it's just gonna keep on going. So today we are going to watch Les Brown live. Today we're gonna interview him. Comments below. If you were to interview Les Brown today, what would you ask him? Right? What would you ask the legendary Les Brown about anything, life in general, right? So it's about a 40 minutes drive from the office to UCLA. That's when Les Brown is gonna be speaking live today, and it's about 40 minutes drive. And I thought I want to shoot a video driving with you, talking about what's the purpose of your life, right? So I'm gonna switch this camera. Okay. Good morning, everybody. Good morning on Saturday morning here in LA at 7 o'clock in the morning, talking about what's the purpose of your life. Because if you do what you are designed to do, you never feel tired, man. When people say you are burned out, you cannot burn out. You are not a candle. Unless you are a candle, then you burn out. But the reason people feel burned out is because what they do and what's the purpose of their life is not in alignment. Right? So for us as a company at Titanium Real Estate Network, our purpose is to help you achieve your heart desire. But so I graduated from school when I was 21 years old. When I was 21 years old, graduate from University of Wisconsin with a degree in mathematics. With a degree in mathematics when I was 21 years old. And basically, then right after that, somebody gave me a book, the Rich Dad book. On that book, the Rich Dad book, it's talking about the number one skill in life is the skill of sales. Basically, how to influence and persuade people. And until that point, up till I was 21 years old, nobody in my family talk about money. We don't talk about money. We don't talk about business. Nobody in my family ever owned a business. Never, ever. Basically, my parents sent me from Indonesia, go to school here in US, go to a good school, get a good job. I was about to go to NASA, work for NASA as the astrophysics. My major was astronomy. Graduate from the pure mathematics from the University of Wisconsin. But right after I finished reading that book, the Rich Dad book, then I was like, okay, I gotta start selling. So I gotta learn how to sell. So since I was 21 years old, so it's been a pursuit on excellence. It's been a pursuit on how to develop myself. It's to learn how to be the best version of myself. And the first thing I did was, believe it or not, I bought a whole book. I call the Rich Dad book, the Rich Dad Company, and I bought 12 books of the Rich Dad book, and I started selling that book door to door. And you know how many books I sold? Zero, nothing. And then right after that, I went to swap meet for the next 2 years. My life was, when I was 21, 22 years old, was just selling stuff in swap meet. Basically, I went to Orange County swap meet, all kind of swap meet here in LA, selling candles, furniture, basically any gifts, crafts, door to door. That's what I was doing when I was 21, 22. But I never, till today, never, not once, work for money. I always work on how to improve, how to be a better version of yourself. And it never, I really don't feel tired. Like today, even today actually we are going to see Les Brown live. Well, what is Les Brown? It's gonna be a 1 day of personal and professional growth. And as in our company now, Titanium Real Estate Network, our vision now is to help people to achieve their heart desire. We make the personal and professional growth available for everybody in our company, actually for free. We give everybody in our company access to Cardone University, which is a 24 hours a day, 7 days a week access to the #1 online training platform on sales, leadership, personal growth, business development. Every single one person in our company have access to that for free, right? And today, Joseph and I, we're gonna go for 1 day, talk about Les Brown. But before we do that, we're gonna find Starbucks. How about that? Joseph, you need Starbucks? It's Saturday, 7 o'clock in the morning. We gotta make a quick stop here.
700 feet, then turn right immediately.
Go find something to drink. Then we're gonna go to West LA. So when people ask me, hey, don't you feel tired? Well, that's you gotta find out what's your calling, what's your heart desire, why you do what you do, right? Why do you do what you do? And then where are we now? Oh, we are on Rosemead, so I'm gonna go back to Las Tunas. We're gonna get Starbucks. Okay, so you gotta find out what you do. See, what we have here, we are just, you and I, we don't own all this stuff. You know, all the money that you think you own, you don't own that. Those are not yours. You are the managers of God's money and God's resources. You are just the managers. But the moment you get sticky, meaning the moment you think that's yours, that's when the problem is. So all these resources that's been entrusted in your life, your family, your job, right? Those God trusted you with that. So we manage God's resources. So it's our responsibility. The way I see it is that God trusted me with all this, with the money, with the businesses, with the people in our company. It's my responsibility to manage the resources that's been entrusted to me. So that's the reason why when people say, don't you get tired? No, I never get tired, because it's not me to begin with. I'm on a mission. What's the purpose of my life? The purpose of my life is to light up the candles, to glorify God's name. How do we glorify God's name? Well, we gotta make sure you gotta be a good example of it, right? The only way you gotta be a good example of it, and you gotta help the people. But how do you help the people? You help the people by managing the resources well. So if you cannot be trusted with the small thing, and money is just an example, right? I remember when I was selling stuff in swap meet, when I only have, let's say, $500. Let's say I sell stuff on Saturday and Sunday, we sell candles, whatever, in a swap meet, $500. 10% of that money have to go for tithing. So 10% of $500, that's gonna be basically $50, right? So $50 is gonna go to tithing, and that's not your money. That $500 is not my money. And then the challenge is that as the business continue to grow, if you can be trusted with the small things, then God will continue to trust you with the bigger things, right? And the challenge, if you cannot be diligent with the small thing, if you cannot be diligent with the $500, with $1,000, It's not gonna happen with the bigger things. And so my challenge to you today, this morning, as I challenge you today, this morning, you gotta ask yourself, what's the purpose of your life, right? And that begins, that to answer that question, it begins with
Turn right at
one
1000.
hypothesis. That means the whole universe, the whole world. God doesn't create all these people just for you. Because if you think this whole thing, the purpose of your life is for you, then everything else won't make sense, right? It's not about you, unfortunately, right? So the whole thing here is not about you. It's about. So now you gotta ask yourself, why God designed you? What's the purpose of your life? But to answer that question, it gotta begin with the right. With the foundation. The foundation is God created you for a purpose. What's the purpose? Each one of you has a talent. Some people has a bigger talent than some. For me, back then, I sell stuff in swap meet. But I gotta be diligent with stuff in swap meet. If I cannot be trusted with selling a 25-cent candles, basically that was I was selling before. If I cannot be trusted with a 25-cent candles, then I won't be trusted with a $1 whatever, right? If I cannot be trusted with $1, I cannot be trusted with $1,000. So the challenge is you gotta be trusted with the small things so you can be trusted with the bigger things. So this morning, I want to shoot a quick video as to remind you as to, hey, what do you do now? What's your job today? If you cannot be trusted with your job today, with whatever you do now, then, so if you want to make 2019, if you want to make 2019 be your best year ever, if you want to make 2019 be your best year ever, it starts with today. It starts with what you do now. What's your job? What's been given in your life right now, right? Whatever job you have, there is no such thing as a small thing, because it begins with a small thing. Like for me, it begins with me selling books. It's a $12 book, door to door, right? And then when you have that $10, when I had my $10 before selling candles, selling stuff in swap meet, I get a choice. What do I do with that money? Are you working for money, or are you working to be the best version of yourself? When I have $100, 10% of it go for education, 10% go to tithing, right? So let's use $100 as an example. So $100, 10% go to education. So back then, what I did, first thing I did, I bought, this is not it, but before was it's not a CD. Back then, when I was 21 years old, they don't have a CD, they have like a cassette, for example, right? So I bought Les Brown, Zig Ziglar, Tom Hopkins, cassette. So $10. That back then was a lot. And I listened to it over and over and over and over and over and over again until that cassette broke. When the cassette broke, then what do? When I make another $100, I invest $10. 10% of my income always go to personal education, because it goes back for the purpose of the life. I never work for money. It's always about becoming the best version of yourself, because the money is not yours anyway. You are God's. You are managing God's resources. If you do the right thing, if you become the better version of yourself, the money will always be there. The money is a certificate of appreciation for a job well done, right? But certificate of appreciation of a job well done, that means, how can you deliver a job well done? Well, you gotta invest in yourself. Personal investment in yourself, in your personal growth and professional growth. That's the biggest. That's why in our company today, in 2019, the biggest investment that we make in our company is the people. And we talk about the people in our company, we talk about their personal growth and development. The biggest, if you look at our P&L, my company P&L today, the biggest expense is education for the people. I talked to you just now about the Titanium University. We partner up with Cardone University. That's a $20,000 a year for each person in our team have access to that for free, right? But As a company, we can only provide, but each individual person in the team has to make a decision whether they want to take. If people work for money, then obviously it's not. If you work for money, one day you'll run out because your skill. One day you'll make more money than your capacity, then you get stuck or plateau. But if you work to be the best version of yourself, what you are doing, you're enlarging your capacity, and automatically, naturally, the money will always flows in if you work to be the best version of yourself. Right, so that's a little bit story about the philosophy. You know, my personal purpose in life is basically now is to help more people to achieve their heart desires. And how do we do that? How can we help empower people to achieve their heart desire? Well, we use many different vehicles and tools. For the consumers, for the clients, naturally we develop our VIP home buyers and seller system where the clients can get their dream homes. That's different than if they were to go to our competitors. Every day when we do training, when I do training in my company, I always ask the people in my company is this question. If the clients buy homes from our team or from our competitors, will they eventually end up with the same home anyway? Because if the answer is yes, then we add no value to that transaction. So the difference here in our company is that when people are thinking of buying a house, we give them access to homes that match their criteria, homes that's not available online. So that's one example. And then the next thing will be for each member of our team, each member in our team, we empower them. How do we empower them? Well, we are big on personal growth and development. In fact, today, to see Les Brown live in West LA, I don't know who will be there, but everybody in our company who's going to Les Brown live in our company, it's for free. We pay for it, right? Okay, let's show them the Starbucks here. Check it out. Starbucks in the morning on Saturday at 7 o'clock. Who are these people?
Going to Les Brown.
Everybody going to Les Brown? Is this what's going on? At 7 o'clock in the morning, I thought I'm the only one here. No. This is Joseph. Check it out. Joseph is very sleepy. Are you sleepy, Joseph?
No, I'm awake.
What's your video? Like, that's the video we're going to be doing today?
Yes.
All right, guys. So, hey, I want you to share below. What's the purpose of your life? Why are you here? Because if you want to make 2019 be your best year ever, this is the basis, this is the basics. This is the basis of it. What's the purpose of your life? Because otherwise you'll burn out. You'll feel tired, right? And like I said, you are not the candles. You cannot burn out. The reason you burn out, the only reason you burn out is because you don't know what's the purpose of your life, or you haven't discovered yet the purpose of your life. I think Les Brown said best. There are two best days of your life. It's the day that you are born, and the second day is the day you discover why you are here. Joseph, what do you like, Joseph?
Just hot chocolate. Just not hot chocolate.
Check it out, Joseph here. He wants hot chocolate.
Good morning. Can we get any food for you?
Hi, can I get one hot chocolate?
What size is that one?
What size, Joseph?
Just tall.
Tall hot chocolate. And
What else do we get you?
what is it?
What else do we get for you?
And can I get one tall latte with extra shot?
An extra shot?
Yes.
What else do we get for you?
You want breakfast?
No, it's okay. Thank you.
No, that's it.
Can I be $6.90 at the window?
Thank you. All right, guys. Share below what's the purpose. Share below what's the purpose of your life, right? So when I was 21 years old, I was selling books door to door. I was selling candles. I was selling just give stuff basically in a swap meet. But when I was selling stuff in swap meet, why I was doing that? The reason I was doing that, remember at the beginning I was talking about it, I want to learn how to the number one skill in life, which is the art to influence, persuade people, sales skills. So that's what I did that for I think 3 years, 2-3 years. Then after that, selling pants door to door. But the reason I do that is because how can I always on personal improvements? I did that every day. On Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I was selling it in swap meet. And then on the weekdays, I go to a gift show. And people ask the same thing they asked today. Hey, don't you feel tired? No. And the reason because, well, of course, I'm sure that I feel tired, but mentally I kept on going. And the reason because, the reason I was doing that is to be the best version of myself, right? Just like today is January 2019. Last year in 2018, we helped in our team now, we are responsible about, there are 70, almost 50 people in our outside sales team, 20 people in our staff team, so about 70 people that we are responsible for. But then now my job is to help them achieve their heart desire. And today, 2019, the goal is to be, our vision at the Titanium Real Estate Network, the vision is to be the best place to work, buy and sell real estate in California. And the only way to do that, the only way for our company to be the best place to work, buy and sell real estate in California is to help more real estate agents, because, right? So the vision this year is to help 100 real estate agents to achieve their heart desires. All right, guys, I want you to share below. I want to get my Starbucks here. Oh, by the way, this is my first time. I'll be driving to LA. If you are in LA, you gotta have one of this. You know what of this? Super Express. What do you call this?
Metro Express Lane.
Yeah, this is fast, man. We're gonna go to West LA in about 15 minutes. Maybe just keep it on. Keep the live on all the time.
Yeah.
Hey, Fiska, how are you doing, Fiska? Ask any question about anything. What do you guys want to know? And so yeah, so when we talk about heart desire, you gotta ask yourself, and it begins with what God designed you to do, and that will help you. As you put together, as you start asking yourself. But if it begins with you, then you feel tired, because the whole life is not about you. We are here designed to serve other people. We are here designed to glorify God's name. But then we gotta find out. Everybody has a different skill. You gotta find out, like, what's the one thing there, right? Hi. All right, good morning, everybody. Enjoy your breakfast. Make it a great day. There's greatness in you. Yes, thank you. Make 2019 be your best year ever, and it start with asking why God designed you to do.